Hi everybody, it's Chris the blind woodturner here. What I'm going to do today, it's just a little short video, he says, optimistically. And I've just purchased a, what they're called, spiraling and texturing tool. It's the Crown Mini Spiraling and Texturing Tool, and it came with obviously the handle and the shaft. It came with two wheels. Now the one that's on at the moment has fewer teeth, so you get that, and this one, it's a different pitch, more teeth, and obviously the smaller. It came with this rest. It's flat there, so it can rest against the tool rest, and you slide that on, lock it down with the Allen key provided, and then you can get a nice straight level support from the tool rest. But I'm not going to use that today, and I'm gonna have a mess with it, and hopefully you guys will see it and tell me how it looks. So the reason for me doing this video is obviously there's a lot of tutorials out there on spiraling and texturing, and it adds another dimension to your work. But obviously, being blind, me turning a nice bowl is fine, but I would prefer that if I made something for myself, that it was more tactile and it had some texture and things that I could feel, and you know, I'd appreciate its form a bit more. So that's the reason why I want to get into texturing and spiraling, and I'd like to incorporate that on a lot of my work, and I know it enhances projects, but like I say, the fact that it can be more sensory for me, it was a big positive point towards me purchasing it. So what I'm going to do now is I'll turn the camera off and reposition it, and I've got a piece of beech chucked up that I've just trued up. I don't know if beech is going to work very well in it, but what I'm trying to do is hopefully make a nice coaster, and it will have some nice spiraling. So I'll be back in a moment, and then we can do some texturing and have a play around. So I'll be back shortly. Okay everybody, I'm pretty much ready to go now. So a couple of things that are noteworthy is have the lathe running quite slow. I've got this on its slowest speed, so it's only doing about 500 RPM. So that's one thing. And also the actual spiraling tool doesn't have a bearing or a bush. It's just free spinning, and it's held in with a pin, a locking pin. So periodically, you know, just put a drop of oil on it to stop it getting too hot and getting worn out too much. So what I'm going to do now is get set up and get going. So I've got the locking nut. I've heard a tutorial where the locking nut is best pointing away from the wood, and it gives you more room, and the bevel on the actual cutter is pointing the wood. So what I'm going to do now is I will just turn the lathe on, and I'm going to present it to the wood. Nice and slow. Okay. So hopefully, I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but hopefully that will have made a spiral. So if I just have a feel where that is now, I'm going to move it to the side. I've increased the angle and now it's making a different sound. Just keep it there for a while. I'm applying reasonable pressure, but nothing horrendous. And then now I've got a bit of room there now, so I wonder what will happen if I hold it face on. And I can feel that it's left a mark. So by the way, I apologise, I've got the camera very close to the lathe, so I've got it on its full zoom in. So what I'm going to do now is just get a piece of Scotch-Brite, and I'm just going to burnish this now. You don't really want to sand it because you will end up removing the pattern. So I'm just going to burnish it there now. And I'll be back in a sec. Okay, now what I've got my thin parting tool. So I'm just going to raise the tool rest a little bit. Bit more. And thanks for being patient with me, guys. So it's completely new for me, this. So I'm going to delineate either side of the spirals. Again, I'm just going to keep it relatively slow. Turn it up a tad. Feel that. Not done anything. Let's feel. Stop. Now feel this one. Making it a bit deeper. I'm just wondering if I could be cheeky and get one right on the end. And I am going to be cheeky. Okay everybody, I'm back now, and I've got one of these little small tester pots of wood stain, Spirit wood stain from Axminster. Unfortunately I don't know the colour, but what I'm going to do now is just apply some colour to make this pattern stand out, hopefully. So if I just get my bearings, I presume you have it spinning, do you? Would you? I am, yeah. So now I hope you can all see that. So hopefully I've got some colour on there and it makes the pattern pop. So what I need to do now is I'll part that off. Well, in fact, I'll let it dry up and then I'm just going to apply some beeswax and then I'll part it off. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so there you have it, folks. I've parted it off now. So basically this was an experiment and I'd really like your advice. Has it worked? Did I need to press harder and longer? What do you think of the patterns? And just basically, you know, for a first time attempt, and I'm glad I didn't spin myself into the garage wall. Actually, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, if you could just sort of like comment as to what the pattern looks like and how I did for my first attempt, that'd be very much appreciated. So I hope you're getting that. I think I'm in line with it. So thank you very much. So it's just a very simple coaster, just my first go with a spiraling tool, and please leave comments, share, like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye.